motion.
Mr. Connell?
Are we making an assumption that we're only talking 2 signatories on all city checks? Because the way I heard the motion the first time, there would have been 4 signatures required. And I know it's late, but are we working under the assumption of 2 signatures?
She made the motion.
What is the requirement?
2.
I just want somebody else to tell me. Yes, it's
I've been here since 8 o'clock this morning.
you'll see
That's
your-
okay.
The auditor's recommendation is 2 signatures on a check.
Pardon?
The auditor's recommendation is 2 signatures on a check.
So that's clarified. Mr. Berry?
Has the auditor ever said anything about who should sign the checks?
Actually, I probably should not be signing checks because I reconcile the bank accounts.
Right? Amen.
To be quite honest.
What was that?
I said amen.
So I don't care. I just hope that somebody's here to sign them when we need them signed. And we have checks coming out every Friday. And there are times that we have checks going out any other time of the week. So y'all have at it.
All right.
I have one
Mr.
more.
Berry?
Yeah, I guess I'm real curious about the motive on this. We've done this. I mean, I understand exactly what Yvonne's talking about, but she shouldn't be signing it, although she has.
Move the agenda. I'm sorry.
The agenda was approved with 10 items on it. Is that a matter of record, Ms. Clerk?
It is.
It is a record. All right. So the cleanup ordinances you should have in front of you. All right. Motion to discuss cleanup ordinances. Officially titled Resolution amending the 2010 adopted budget for the city of Eureka Springs, Arkansas for the year 2010, appropriating money for each and every item of expenditure therein and for other purposes. Motion to discuss.
So moved.
Second.
Made and seconded. Discussion. Ms. Siobhan, you're finally on deck.
This is an exercise that we do every year. It's what it is just states what our revenues that we received in 2010 and what our expenses that we had in 2010 also. And I have some footnote asterisks in the street fund, lot fee, capital fund, the fire pension fund, water and sewer fund, and transit. The transit, as you can tell, is over. That's due to he had $748,785 in expenses that were paid from the $2.195 million stimulus revenue that he received. It's a reimbursable grant, so we have to spend it, and then we ask for the monies back, and so that's that expenditure is for that. The water and sewer fund includes $234,784 in expenses that are paid from our 2007 bond revenue proceeds. So it's money that we have in the bank that we have to, the bondholders has that money, and we submit to them reimbursements, claims, and we get the money. Well, actually, it gets paid through that source. The street fund, lot fee, capital fund, and fire pensions fund were over, and that was the overages were paid from the reserves of previous years that we had in the bank. And the fireman pension fund, just to clarify, that overage is because the board had approved a $50 increase going back to 2009. So we had to use reserves that were already had to pay for their the money that they received in extra stipend. The capital fund is over a little bit, about 20,000, and because we had submitted for reimbursement from our FEMA grant for the dam. I was hoping that it would come in December. It came in January. So I didn't have enough, to transfer out of general fund to take care of the overages in the capital fund, which was paid out of reserves. And when with lot fee, that situation there was paid up from reserves due to one of the volunteer fire personnel got missed on our list, so we had to do some back pay because he was retiring from the volunteer service. So just to give you those explanations as to what the overages are for. So this is if you have any questions.
Any questions? Any discussion? Ms. Balance?
Transit fund, I don't understand. I don't understand. Transit fund, please quickly tell me about that. Why? They have their own revenue stream, yes?
Yes.
But their monies go through the city?
Yes.
And so why were there more appropriations than there were revenues?
If you look down in the
Yeah.
paragraph down
Yeah.
below, $748,785 of that overage was paid by the $2.195 million stimulus money that he received for the stimulus grant
Okay, thank
that he
you.
received.
Any further discussion? All right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Really bothers me that we have to do this every year. Apparently, maybe I don't know. Maybe some of our departments are not able to live in their budgets, so we're over some. Is that part of the issue?
No. On December 31st, the year ends, and so we don't have any meetings, but the one in December, which is usually the 1st of December. So it would not be feasible for us to close the books, have a meeting to close the books to make everything come out correctly with resolution like we do for the mid-year budget. And so this is what this does. It cleans it and makes it all in balance.
Okay, well,
So you're going to have this every year.
Okay, well, since I don't understand this real well yet, I'm probably going to have to recuse this time, but I really wish we could come closer in our budgets because it seems like, I don't know, maybe we have maybe some poor planning or maybe just things we're not voting for or departments that aren't living within their budgets, and so I wish we could figure out a way to not have to be doing this.
Mr. Pennell, you had your hand up.
I'll come and talk to you if you don't mind.
I wish we could play the tapes back every time that this has come before council, because what it is, and all due respect, I understand why we have to do it at this point in time, but it is a definite covering of lack of financial management by the departments, that if we're at a point, regardless of what is here, number one, it's basically saying, well, it was okay because at catch-up time we're going to take care of it. Secondly, for the record, regardless of whether it's 5 minutes to 11 or if it had been 10 after 6, this is something we should have gotten in the budget meeting and not have to be sitting here at the table trying to say yep, and that's all I'm going to say.
I got one thing.
Go ahead.
I gave this to the city clerk on Tuesday, and I didn't receive any phone calls and question regarding this.
I got it tonight.
I emailed it to her on Tuesday.
Mr. DeVito?
You know, budgets are projections. You know, we're betting against what the year is going to be. We've been through the worst recession in our lifetimes. Cities are coming apart all around the country. We're doing damn good. So I wouldn't get too much angst over it, you know, given the state of some cities facing bankruptcy and stuff. I think we've done an admirable job. I think our department heads can be commended for what they've done. I'm sorry to see that we're going to be losing one of our department heads who's brought quite a bit to the city. So, you know, this is bookkeeping. Yeah, you know, let's hope that this year is even better than the last year. But you set your budgets at the first of the year and you try your best to stay within them. And sometimes, for reasons that are unforeseen, you run over. And that's why we have this reconciliation. And I'm ready to vote on this.
Thanks, sir. Any further discussion? All right. Motion and a resolution amending the 2010 adopted budgets for the city of Eureka Springs, Arkansas for the year 2010, appropriating money for each and every item of expenditure therein for other purposes. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Recuse.
Question, are we voting to assign a number and read it, or what are we?
We vote, it's read, it's done with.
No, that's not true.
Mr. Weaver, address this.
The city policy in the past has been to make a motion to assign it a number, approve it, and read it. And at the end of that reading, it is passed.
All right.
And
Understood it.
so if you take a motion
Wasn't
from
there-
one,
I'm sorry.
take a motion from one of the council members in a second that would assign it a number, approve it and read it, and then vote that, and it passes, then someone needs to read the document from one end to the other.
I'll move to assign number to this resolution.
Motion been made to sign number the resolution.
Second.
Seconded.
You can do all three acts in one motion. They're all part of the same act of approval.
Motion to assign the number to read and help me out here, approve.
And approve.
All right. Motion been made to assign a number, read, and approve.
I'll second.
Motion been made and seconded. No discussion. Ms. Clerk?
No, you need a vote.
All right. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Punch you now.
Recuse.
Any opposed?
No.
All right, we got a recuse and a no. 42.
The resolution number will be 579. A resolution amending the 2010 adopted budgets for the city of Eureka Springs, Arkansas for the year 2010, appropriating money for each and every item of expenditures therein and for other purposes. Whereas the City Council of the City of Eureka Springs has determined that it is in the best interest of the city to amend the adopted budgets of the city, and whereas certain anticipated revenues and expenditures did not occur as previously budgeted, now therefore be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Eureka Springs that, Section 1, this resolution shall be known as the Clean Up Amended Budget Resolution for the City of Eureka Springs, Arkansas for the year 2010, and the attached 2010 budget documents present the actual revenues, expenditures, and appropriation adjustments for the period. Section 2, that the amounts for each expenditure classification in the amended budget are hereby approved by the City Council of the City of Eureka Springs, Arkansas, and they are hereby authorized and appropriated for the purposes set forth for the calendar year ending December 31, 2010. Revenues for the general fund in 2010 were $2,902,387. Money spent from the general fund, $2,874,057. Street fund. The revenues available were $555,654. The street fund spent $576,849.